What's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Erik Krueger. My co-host in the corner is Sean. I'm excited to announce our new name of our podcast, which is the HealthFi Podcast. We're here to merge health and cryptocurrency and all things finance together, help create personal sovereignty for individuals, and also level up each other's games. I'm here with Ziad. Ziad's the founder of AI-based CT X-ray differential diagnosis application. We are so excited to have you here, Ziad. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
First of all, hello everyone. My name is Ziad Ayyash. I'm the CEO and founder of Sannula Safe Tech. It's a Jordanian startup who ended to be an American company registered in Massachusetts. We are specialized in safety medical technology, and through our journey, we found several issues in the medical stuff, like safety, like speed diagnosis, like saving lives, bottom line. Let me tell you a quick story. Once I was in the ER as a nurse. By the way, I'm a nurse with 12 years of experience in industrial engineering, with 3 years of biomedical engineering, and again, a nurse. So I'm working with this guy. I suspect that he has some kind of cerebral clot or cerebral hemorrhage in his brain. I'm trying to do the physical examination, squeeze in my hand, catch my hand, both hands. Then one of the doctors, his name is Suwan, he was just walking by. He just looked, he gave one look at his eyes, and he came to me. He said, Ziad, immediately order for him a brain CT. And he diagnosed him in 1 second and saved his life because he had a mild hemorrhage in his brain. So we took the action very fast, saving him, saving his motor system, saving his family. That's when the idea of having an AI emerged. And I said to myself, okay, I need to go back to Samer, or I call him Sam, our CTO. He's an expert about AI. He's a code architect, and he's brilliant beyond measure. So it was COVID, and I believe you heard about the curfew of Jordan, how religiously we took it. So thankfully, I'm a nurse, so I have a permission to travel. So I went to his apartment, and I started to say, Sam, we normally take so much chest X-ray, but it's not a very definitive item for COVID in this meantime. The only way for us to define this patient as a COVID patient is to go for CT. CT, it costs a lot. It's a big line, and it will take some time. And from our finding, the patient come to the ER, chest X-ray, it's a free. At the end of the shift, his lung is white, which is not necessarily we are redoing the chest X-ray. So the only sharp tool we use is CT. So we tried to build some kind of algorithm, if we can say it. Excuse me, I'm not that technical in AI and IT, so I will call it an algorithm. So he told me we need a shitload of data, at least 160,000 image for each diagnosis, to have an accuracy that we can say, okay, it's a beta version. So thankfully in medical, there is so many open sources, especially hospitals in US and Europe, like the Hospital of Milan. They have an open source. So we start to take these images with the reports, but it's anonymously. You don't know the name of the patient. So we start to take it, do our machine learning. It happened like over few seconds, the idea emerged. Without that, we know we're just testing, guys. We have an AI that the link, I believe it's with you. We can share it with you if you don't have it. You can upload a chest X-ray that can gives you up to 93 to 95% accuracy. Where to look for the doctor? It's pneumonia, go check for pneumonia. It's atelectasis, go check for atelectasis. So the goal of this is not to put the doctor aside, it's to guide the inexperienced doctor to get to the conclusion faster, maybe get a consult from a more experienced doctor. So that period, it will go from 6 hours maybe to 1 hour. And believe me, ask Dr. Erik, he knows 5 minutes could make the difference between
Yes.
he may rest in peace or hey, we saved his life.
Yes.
That
Well, I got to
is
say, guys, I'm truly impressed. Wow. That is one of the most incredible solutions I've heard regarding doctors being able to get professional opinions on serious matters. This is incredible.
it's
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Wow. I need more information, man. Keep this podcast rolling.
it's absolutely awesome, Ziad. Like this is amazing. Like as you know, and as you were saying, I think a quick differential diagnosis in high level medical situations is such an important thing. I even have a personal example of a story that I was talking with a person yesterday that would have been helpful in this. They had a fall from a ladder and they broke their collarbone.
Wow.
It's not related to pneumonia, but all of a sudden she was coming in and she's like, there's swelling in my chest. It's hard to breathe, all of these things. And she was in the medical field as well. So she's like, the radiologist didn't miss anything. It's totally fine. And then her chiropractor came in and he took images. She had 11 broken ribs.
Wow.
So that was a missed diagnosis opportunity, which I can see how the imaging side of things is so important, because they had to go back in obviously and put a plate in, because they're like, there's swelling, there's blood in the lung field, there's all kinds of things. Like the ability to then, and that's just what I want to kind of lead that question into is this going to be open source for patients as well? Or are you targeting mainly kind of hospitals and medical fields, or is it going to be either or?
Okay. First of all, it's the tip of the iceberg. We are going for CT, MRI. We are going for diagnosis the cancer. We are going to, we had another proof of concept. I will, Sam will be best off, but I will speak about it. This another piece of the beta version. It takes the CT and the MRI images, put it all together again, and give you a 3D. Yes, there is a 3D now, a GE with the right amount of money, or the big names, let's say the big names with the right amount of money, they will give you such a software, but they will not give it to you transparent. They will not give you a way that you go layer by layer inside the chest, go to the transparent heart, walk through inside the coronary arteries, and find out that he has some kind of a clot. So here we can measure the size of the clot, the let's say the thickness of it. So we tell the doctor that this patient, based on his laboratory test that connected to the AI already, his age, his history, that he's fit or need a cath. We know that cath is very dangerous. So why to put the patient under a cath and the continuous X-ray from the C-arm with the contrast, that the colored material that you can see through the X-ray, you could impair his kidney, basically, with a lot of that amount. Erik, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So if I can give you some software that can help you, not just that, it gives you where the coronary artery that is not normal in red, so you can immediately target it. Instead of going through 500 and 12 slice of CT or MRI images, you can go directly to the vein, try to solve it. And if the patient doesn't have any problem in the coronary artery here, you can save his pockets. You can save his family from the anxiety of him going for a cath, even if the doctor is amazing. Side effects always exists. So we only make cath not diagnostic, just a procedural procedure. We go for treatment for the known patient 100% he needs it. Not we go there, maybe we find something. If we find it, we do it something. If we don't find it, we get out. And he will stay 8 hours in the bed with a pressure on his femoral artery, hoping that he doesn't have bleeding. And believe me, I'm a nurse. That's a headache beyond measure, because it might take him from a few hours on the bed to the ICU.
That is astounding. So, Sean, from what we're talking about here on the side, or anybody else out here, like, that is insane if you can change a cath to the treatment portion and not just the diagnostic end of things. I think that's insane, because if you can create a 3D image, if I'm hearing you correctly, Ziad, in the sense of combining that CT and that X-ray, you're going to be able to make a multi-layered 3-dimensional image, if I'm interpreting that side. And the big thing for our audience, that means we're no longer having to be invasive initially. I mean, when we want to treat somebody, we're going to treat them instead of just taking a guess. A lot of the times when we work at any types of arteries or veins, like you said, the diagnostic is the treatment at the same time, which is a big risk, especially when it comes to the coronary system or those really important arteries around our heart. So the ability to create an image and then make that decision off the image of when we're going to go in there, like you said, that's astounding to me. That's going to save, there's many people that just die on the table for that portion of it. Like you said, I mean, femoral artery compression is such a big thing, and it's our most important blood vessel. Like, if that gets really messed up, that's a quick death. Talk to me more about the image. Like, is this going to be a high resolution image? Is it a little bit lower resolution image at this time? Where is that technology right now that you guys are talking about? Or how much can you talk about? I don't want you to get killed by Sam either.
Imagine we can do that for the brain, and it's way more riskier. If we can actually define or diagnose a patient completely, he's fit or not for a cath brain, he might go from, okay, he's losing some of his senses because of that clot. Maybe he lose some of his motor ability to paralysis. So with such an AI, we can help a lot of doctors. Why? Let's talk numbers, okay? Let's speak at one of the most central hospital in Jordan. It's a governmental hospital called Al-Bashir. We receive 47,000 patients a month just in the ER. Imagine with every single one we are taking a chest X-ray. Imagine that even when we go to very advanced level, and Jordan known by the level of medical treatment among the Middle East, I'm here, okay, I'm gonna brag, we are very good. Okay, but again, there is only 3 doctors who can create or make a brain cath, and it costs at the minimum 20,000 Jordanian dinar. You are talking about 35,000 US dollars, and no insurance can cover it. So that's kind of a pain. That's where we are coming from. We are we're trying to provide a solution that actually very cheap, that a doctor, a GP in a private clinic can use it online and refer the patient to the right doctor immediately, to the right specialty, saving time, effort, and money. Okay, maybe he will pay later, but he might say to him, okay, based on this software, based on my experience on it, okay, you can go and make the cath, but you will not have more benefits. So save time, save money, enjoy what left in your life with your family. Don't be a liability on yourself and your family. These things, believe me, it matters, because not everyone is able to drive a Rolls Royce. Not everyone has money. And speaking of Sannula Tech and the AI and all of this, please, if you allow me, can I take you to the hardware side?
Please.
We have several inventions and in the intravenous therapy, starting with a cannula. The first invention I created, it was a safety cannula that has triple flushback technology. Everybody has double flushback technology. We have a four-way closed system valve that gives you a full control on the fluid in and out of the vein. We have a double face blaster that prevents the vein rupture, and we prevent the needle stick injury. It's the most three issues that meets the healthcare provider when he provide an IV access. But there is a bigger issue. Let's say that the nurse did it and everything is great. He administered the IV access. No issue happened. Still, there is an issue: the sharp medical waste. In Sannula, our technology based on nanotechnology. So we don't have a metal needle. Our needle made by silica, which is basically sand, which coated by nano material, which we call it nano diamond coating. It will be sharper than steel, sharper than razor, harder than steel, hydrophilic, antibacterial. But the beauty of it, under just 600 degrees, the nano coating material will dissolve and the needle will go back to sand. So with Sannula, we provide you with sharp medical waste equal to zero.
Wow.
That's the first invention that we have. So we understood that the hardware needs more money, it needs FDA, needs a lot of work. We're working on that, me, Sam, and the team, you know. But we really felt the need that, okay, we are young boys, everybody looks for money, but okay, still, we are young. We want to give back to this society, to the world. It's suffering during the COVID, and God knows what comes after, to be honest. So we really need to start working on the technology or the benefits that the technology bring us, like the Web3, like the blockchain. And here we go. Answering your question, we are trying to take the best high resolution images at the beginning. We call it, for me, Sam has a term for it. I try to find it. Sam call it overdiagnose. Okay, that he use a very complex data to give you the chance to have a very simple result. For me, I want to take the best images as much as I can, so we can train the AI. So it doesn't matter the tube of your X-ray is 40 years old or you just bought it. It can diagnose. We should be able to reach that, and based on our practice and evidence-based practice we've done, wherever we can get just X-ray, the machine learning trained on it, it can diagnose it. And again, we can elaborate. Some doctors, okay, I'm not a radiologist. I will not see the chest X-ray like you, Erik. You're a doctor. You study that shit. I didn't. So, when I put an X-ray, okay, I know it has atelectasis. Okay, it says it has atelectasis. Where is it? I can't see it. I can't spot it. So next to the atelectasis, you will find a button called elaborate. You press on it. If you press on it, the AI will work. Then it gives you some kind of dots. Where is the atelectasis? If you like, Erik, I have your WhatsApp. I can WhatsApp you the link right now, and we can demonstrate right now. Do you like that?
Sure.
Okay.
Let me. I'm gonna log into my computer and I'll just share my screen.
When you send it over to an email, and yeah, we'll just share it on the screen.
Yeah, I will. Actually, email me. I'll just send you my email in the chat, and then it'll be easier to share over the screen.
I think I have your email, right?
I think so, but I'll just send it to you just in case.
Okay.
That'll be really cool. I'm super excited. We'll do this live. With a little pause here, Sean, do you got any big questions you want to ask Ziad too? While we're already here and just kind of getting things set up.
Yeah, I was kind of curious on what he sees additionally in the future of healthcare with AI, like what other potential it could have in the industry in the next 5 or 10 years that you could potentially see.
Uh, Bottom line, if listen, if we really do this for the use of good work, if we really I hope there will be more startups like us who creating more AIs for the sake of helping. Okay, create money, but helping more. The sky is the limit. You know what? The sky is only the beginning. The universe is the limit. It's infinite. And we're just talking about the technology of today. We have no idea what kind of technology benefits we can find in 10 years. We can escalate this a million times over. I'm hopeful. Excuse me if I'm too much hopeful.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, the biggest thing that you said, and I guess Sean can agree, is why I do a lot of the things we do outside of my normal 9-to-5 job is the value-based side of things, especially for many of the patients that you see, I see, that Sean works with in his business, is cost. And if you can say with 90%, 95% certainty that you don't have to get a $35,000 non-insurance covered image or cath lab, like that's a game changer. That's even insurance companies are gonna be like, what? Like you can save us $35,000 times, let's even just roughly say, I mean, just in Jordan alone, if you have 47,000 patients coming, a month just in the ER, like you cut that in half, they're going to be like, what the heck's going on here? Like, how can we extrapolate this and pour more money into things that are going to help, heart, lungs, kidneys, the brain, like even just general wealth. Like that's the big thing we talked about, Ziad, before you got on, like even using AI for general health screening, where we can catch these people before they go into our app with BlockFit or, your guys's imaging or expanding out into your realm. Like that's going to be the big thing with AI is there we go, is going to be all of those things at once. So do you want me to just click the link now? I'm going to share the screen and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Because it's going to take some time, like it's
Okay.
going to take like 30 seconds or more.
That's totally fine. I'm going to share it. I'm going to do this. You're going to let me know once you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? And we should. Awesome. So I'm going to pull that up right now. You guide me through it. Tell me what I need to do once it comes up. So.
Okay. First of all, this image, it's from a CT. It gives you the understanding of how the AI is very important. Why? Your eye can see from 200 to minus 200 degree of gray. The AI can see from 1,200 to 2,000 minus to 1,200 to 2,000 positive degree of gray. So if we train an AI on, let's say, brain cancer, it can detect or pre-detect the cancer at the first level of it. So you're a doctor, when we catch it at the beginning, we can hammer it as hard as we can and eliminate it way more easy. Okay, now we scroll down a bit. Okay, see, start loading AI.
Okay.
Yes, push it. It's a start 1, 2. Oh, it's fast. It's fast.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm reading the POC. Are those the big things we're looking at once this loads? The heat map system, the image regions, and the disease prediction?
Yes.
Okay. Loading model.
It's gonna load very soon.
That's totally fine.
You know what? We're gonna have a little game here.
Okay.
Once it loaded, I want you to go find like a chest X-ray, the diagnosis of it.
Yep.
Online. You choose it.
Okay. Just random X-ray image on there.
Yeah, but one condition.
Okay.
You know the diagnosis of it.
I have to know the diagnosis of it, or
yeah, you need to know the diagnosis. Like write pneumothorax chest X-ray.
Okay. Let me do that right now. Let's see. I'm gonna wait on that. I might have just. There we go. So Let me see. My screen might have froze, so I might have to oh, there we go. So,
It's just fine.
okay, I'm going to write it in. Do you want me to unshare my screen for the thing that I look for, or do you want me to just type it in just after your game?
No. It's fine. You are the doctor. You know the diagnosis of what you are picking.
Okay. They just, yeah, let's see here. I'll just do this. I'll do this. So we'll make it on that side. We'll go pneumothorax.
Okay.
Let's go images. Any certain file that we need from this side of things, or can it be anything, just so I know and our
All
listeners
what
can
we
know?
need, that there is no marker on it, like a normal chest X-ray for
So something
pneumothorax.
similar here or here, if I kind of where I'm highlighting the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
I'm gonna save
Down
this
low.
image.
Yes.
Just a pneumo
We are
image.
seeing it live in action. This is
That's-
pretty cool.
This is awesome. I'm super excited. So, all right, I got that saved.
Okay. Let's go back to the AI.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. It's gonna load up.
I hope it works.
I may have to restart it. I think it restarted on me, but that's okay. That's why I'm gonna exit out and reload it. So we're gonna do it live, but I'm gonna have to redo it because it restarted on me.
It's
all good. We'll get it here. Like I said, this is super cool. It just had to restart it. I think it'll load it back in again. When I was searching, it just caught my screen. I'm gonna put it there. So just let it load real quick. But no, this is so Sean and everyone else, like the 3 things you can see at the bottom where it's talking about the heat map, the image regions, and the disease prediction. Heat maps, if I'm understanding it correctly, Ziad, is probably the areas of distortion, I'm guessing, of whatever we're trying to identify. Oh, here we go.
Good.
So I choose
go
a file.
down. Go down first. No. Go down first.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Is this an atelectasis, doctor? Tell me.
You're gonna make me look. I'm gonna
Of
say,
course.
yeah, you're gonna make me look on here. I'm gonna say it definitely potentially is looking at the images. I haven't had to look in a long time at an image. I mean, you can see some blurry regions, especially in that right lung field. I would say more than likely it is.
Next to the atelectasis, do you see elaborate?
Yeah, right here.
Press it. Now you see the AI working again live.
Okay. Oh, this is so cool. And this is taking all those images that you spoke about, and I'm assuming it's going to continuous every time that users input more images. It's going to continuously learn. What is going on with my computer?
I have no idea. We
It's
don't
not
have
your-
a virus.
I know, no, it's not you. It's probably my slow computer on this one. It's doing its thing. So we'll have to keep talking as we go. But just from what I'm seeing on this side, I'm assuming I don't know why my page is being unresponsive.
Would
gonna
you
try
like to send it over and we could try?
Yeah, I
that
might maybe send it to Johnny. Let's try it on his end. I just
Yeah,
don't want mine to kind of pop out on you. So Johnny, I'll just forward it to you right now,
please.
and we'll go from there. And I'll let you share the screen. Apparently, this is what happens, Ziad, when you're not the technical guy. You send it to
It's what happens to me, believe me. Everything happens to my computer.
Mine too. Mine too. Like my computer can't act right just opening Discord. It's just
I know.
Discord.
At a certain
all
point,
good.
we've played with the computers too much.
You
Do
got
I
you.
take that as you're a gamer?
Myself Johnny is just all the CTO.
Oh.
So like Johnny is technology, and I am the health side as well as Sean. Like I send any of my stuff, like I told you about before, with elite, like their solutions that they have with their development team. That guy in the corner, Johnny, is the guy to talk to.
Honestly, this is exactly the core of our discussion, if you noticed.
Yeah.
Why? Because Web3 and blocks and the blockchain, it started to create like it's renting. Like I have a supercomputer, I don't use it, I connect it, and someone who needs to play a game that doesn't have a graphic card enough, so he uses it. Cool, nice, beautiful. So that's why we targeted Web3, Flux, and we targeted the blockchain. Why blockchain? Because blockchain can't be hacked. So even if someone managed to attack this block and destroy it, it's already been copied on thousands of these blocks, so still users can use it efficiently. So using the concept of a proof of good work, we use that to not just stay in the gaming category, to transform this game itself to a use of good work, to enlighten the startups like, hey guys, you can preserve your work and you can reach more people and get benefit them at the same time. It's nice when you are doing a business that is a win-win situation. You will be happy, the customer will be happy. You're not greedy because you're reaching so many customers. So if every customer paid a cent, that's more than enough for you. This is the whole concept.
Johnny, I sent you the image too. Not to interrupt you, Ziad. Johnny, I sent you the image that I downloaded too. So they're both going to your Codex email.
Oh, Codex. Perfect. I texted you about the Elite. Perfect.
Yep. They're both went to that link. I just sent them off the one I found. So they'll both be in there for you.
Amazing.
But yeah, that is perfect. Like, and this is why I've talked to Johnny and I've talked to Sean about, like, they probably heard me here ad nauseum about Flux. Like, the whole point of it is, like, you can literally host it dirt cheap and upload your app, but it's going to never be hacked. Like you said, it has decentralized node structures where you can't censor medical information. You can't censor health information. It's going to be a redundancy in node structure. So if something goes down, you can jump to the next one. But the other important thing that I just saw, I don't know if you saw, is the ability to have geolocation now, which is a health professional. We sometimes need to have a physical location of our node structure too.
Okay.
You know, because you have to identify sometimes, like if I'm working in the United States, I got to be able to verify that I actually am operating in the state of operation, versus sometimes obviously you want to have, you know, oh, there we go. Perfect. All right, Ziad, you lead him through. Let's see if we can get it this time.
I think he knows exactly what he's doing. He's a tech guy.
I paid attention.
He's got it. My man. Oh, there we go.
Ole. Okay, let's click on elaborate next to the applet classes. Yes.
I feel like my machine's learning.
It is. It's coming for you, Johnny. Oh, there. Oh, yes. Okay.
This is what I'm trying to say. Okay, go up. Go up a bit. To the left, choose file. To the left, there is choose file.
Okay.
Yes. Choose file. Yes. Take the chest X-ray that he sent you.
Yep. 2 seconds. Let me see what it was under. Again. Pneumo image.
That's super. This is wild, dude. This is so cool.
I hope you like it. I hope you do.
No, I mean, this is unreal. I mean, even just in like a student learning perspective, like the ability to do this so quickly, just to see multitudes of images and be like, yeah, you can see, yeah.
Doctor, we have infiltration. Pneumothorax is the maximum percentage. We have nodules and mass. Back to medical, pneumothorax and COVID mostly leaves nodules.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes. Yeah. That is insane.
You want to elaborate on any of them?
I mean, yeah, click on any of those, Johnny. Let's see what happens. This is crazy.
That's awesome.
And can you then layer it on top? Like if Johnny clicks, let's say, emphysema as well, will that keep that other layer that you just elaborated on, or will it be a separate?
No, it's separate.
Okay. So then you'll be able to take images though and be like, you know, X, Y, and Z, then X, Y, and Z, and then X, Y, and Z.
Imagine we can, like the doctor, which is our next step. Like the doctor, when we reach like 99.7 accuracy, which is the accepted ratio of medical, like you are a doctor, but you know someone who's like very specialized in these kind of diseases. You want to make more sure. Okay, you download it, send it to that doctor by email or by WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Inside a medical report, you will have it from the AI. All what you need to do is to insert the name of the patient, his age, gender, the main complaint that he came with. You say download, it will download it as a PDF with a very high resolution chest x-ray with the finding of it and the report that the AI found. So the doctor will never need to call you back. He will just send you back his answer. Yes, this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, and you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Even though that the next level of maturity of this AI that tells the doctor, we advise you to take this following steps.
Yeah, that's, I mean, and my end, selfishly, and I'm guessing you can say the same thing, even from like notes and documentation, I know that's always the bane of medical systems existence. The ability to quickly have like charting and like patient, like really like employee health is such a big thing too. When AI can literally spit that out for you, like the ability to see, you know, the same number of patients, but not have that burnout factor is such a, and my end, I can already see it going to like the musculoskeletal diagnoses. So like, as you probably know, labral tears, rotator cuff tears, any type of, you know, cervical spine injuries that are, you know, radicular in nature with the discs, like all of these things I can already see where you can kind of break off and branch and have predictive processes for all of them. And this is like the biggest thing that bothers me, because I can already see it, how we could do this at home, is the cost of care for low back pain is insane. But as you probably know, most of it is benign in the sense of it's not cancerous, it's not life-threatening, but we send a high amounts of people to either opioid type medication or just unnecessary imaging. So like from my end, I already see how this can be such a useful thing to be like, maybe we need something that's a little bit less invasive. We maybe don't need that X-ray or MRI, but we can rule out a lot of things with the CT, or sorry, with the X-ray. And it's going to be so much cheaper for the patients and the medical system as a whole.
Speaking of the pain, I will not elaborate much about this. Okay? But speaking of the pain, we are creating an AI. It's very hard to believe.
Okay.
Very hard to believe. We use brain waves to help the patients and doctors and the families of autism to define if there is a pain or not with the patient, because the autism, he just scream. He doesn't communicate when he has pain. It's just an idea. We started to gather information. It's promising based on the knowledge that we got, based on some experience, based on the neural network. It can be done. And he already started to say the way and the blocks he needs to build. But if we really manage to do this, imagine that we can provide such a thing on a very, very cheap fee for the families that has child with autism, how much their life will be easier.
That's
We're
amazing.
We're just working on this. We're just working on this.
That's still astounding. I think that, like, I mean, those are the big things that I think can change it with all the things you're doing. I did want to bring it back to, like, we had that brief talk while Johnny was getting everything up at the blockchain. Like, why did you guys choose Flux, and how did you end up finding Flux as well?
Basically, Sam found Flux. I'm not a tech guy, but Flux give you the chance to let me write his read from his notes. Okay, if Flux gives you the chance, it's not just about game or NFT. We can decentralize things. It's his words exactly. We can decentralize things that can help us to really preserve the data and really spread it in a cheap way. If we wanna go, can I say names? Okay, let's not say names. Let's not say names. There is big engines and big companies. They are respectful. They are provide a very nice services. But again, it costs hundreds of dollars. Sometimes if you really need to do a big work like this, it might reach hundreds of thousands of dollars. But with the Flux and blockchain is almost free, because these things cost cents. Let's make these this let's say process over and over and over. You will end up with how much? $100. That's doable. That's doable. Imagine we can provide an AI that can help doctors in the university for educational purposes, like to let the doctor to simulate the case. I'm just imagining with you, to simulate the case, to have at least some sort of feeling of the situation. That would be much easier using Flux and Web3.
Yeah.
But if I really want, I went to see how much is a machine learning station cost.
Mhm.
It varies between 40,000 to 4 million if you really want to make something big.
Jeez.
If you
Jeez.
really want to buy one, it could reach 120,000. If you really want to buy one that can take 20 or 10 tasks, maybe Johnny can correct me on that. I'm not a technical guy. But again, it's a load of burden on the back of any startup trying any good work.
Yeah.
But with Flux, I really want to thank the guy who created Flux.
I told you we'll have him on in 2 weeks. You might have to sit in and talk with him. Because like, how much did it cost you to deploy that DApp that you guys, do you know like the end cost?
Honestly, it's almost nothing.
Yeah, it was probably what, $10 maybe, $8-10 at the most.
If it reached that much.
Yeah,
If
that's
it
the
reached
insane
that
part. That's the literal insane part, Sean, for you guys. Like they literally deployed this thing on the blockchain for like $8.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with Flux, but I'm going to have to look in more into it, especially before we have the CEO on. So
Yeah, I mean they're doing all kinds of things. That's why like I was talking with Johnny. It's like you can literally, like you said, Ziad, like what you just showed is deployed on Flux for like $8 or $10, and it's costing, in physical worlds, what you said, hundreds of thousands at points. Like if you really wanted to get into a lab, and Johnny, you might be able to elaborate more than any of us
I'm
here.
listening, man. I'm enjoying it because obviously you guys know how I feel about Flux. It's an exciting product to be able to decentralize data storage. And more importantly, it's all a matter of, as you said, being able to host your information in a place where it cannot be taken down, can't be hacked, and allows others to be able to access it at any time. And the fact that it's cheap enough to be able to go ahead, I believe you brought it up to our attention, Erik. I think it's like a fourth of the cost of AWS.
Yeah.
As a software development agency, we are always looking to save cost on deployment and obviously maintenance. So this is fantastic. But what I really am curious more about is obviously the way that you aspire to let this technology become interoperable with other different types of blockchains, considering that it is bringing so much value to the market. Now it's just more of a matter of how do other, medical providers and maybe other medical professionals who are in love with the application as we are, how could we go ahead and gain access to working along with it? What do you expect from people in our position where it's like we fell in love with it, but we're in different networks? What do you guys think as being a good way to kind of integrate technologies?
Okay. To integrate technologies, we need exposure. You are providing this exposure right now. Maybe that's why I sent you the link. You can test this link with anyone you like. You have this permission. It's legal permission.
Thank you.
Why? Let's say why. At the end of the day, before we deploy this officially and go for the FDA and really take it, we really need to test the persona of these things. Doctors, the healthcare providers, whoever likes to play with X-rays, but he knows exactly what he's doing, of course.
Yes.
So if someone finds an image that have or has a bad diagnosis or a wrong diagnosis, he has the email of Sam for technical issues to send it back to him. So we will take that, put it back in the machine learning, teach the system again, so it will not make that mistake on that. More and more of this, we will reach the level of accuracy. Honestly, let's be frank, we're not looking for money right now. We are looking for the accuracy. If we reach 99.7% accuracy, that's perfect. Because me personally, I don't want to go to meet my maker after I pass away, and be the source of the death of someone because my system gave a wrong diagnosis that caused that guy his life. Uh, Call it it's principle, call it ethics, call it whatever you like. I just want to go sleep peacefully at night when I go to my bed. So meeting doctors, having their own input. It's you can see it, John. You are specialized in technology, and I can tell you you are very, very good in what you're doing. You see that this is a beta version. It's not glamorous. It's not made for, oh, see me and buy me. No, no, no. We just put basic interface, basic background, basic color coding, just that. When it go for marketing, it needs to be worked on. But what we need here is the validation, because it's the most important. The life of people, it's not a game.
So would it be fair to say that maybe we got to go ahead and try to pull our resources together to really just talk to all the doctors to see if we can run a test run for like the next few weeks?
Yes, yes. You are in the States. I will not be in the States not before May. I'm getting my green card. So
congrats, man.
Yeah, awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going there to operate on my company in USA and try to work on the AI and the hardware division together at the same time.
Nice.
Until I get there, I will have a very limited access to contacts relevant to this subject, not as much as you. Because again, this podcast will reach thousands of people. You guys, I've seen you're loved, which is very, which is very nice. So we could spread this link. Let them see it. Let them be very shrewd in their critique. The more shrewd they are, the best and better for us. Then we can come back maybe 6 months after now. We can launch it officially and have another podcast with you guys, like with an achievement, not just an idea that came true and we have a beta version with 95% accuracy. No, no, no. We come with a breakthrough, and it's not just with X-ray. We will be able to come with something much bigger, with all the features that we are discussing. Oh my God, I said so much.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I think this is like a perfect stopping point in our discussion, and we can follow up. I mean, we'd love to have you on after we're done recording, and we can cut this part out. But I think we should talk some shop after this. So, Sean, do you have any big questions? Johnny, do you have any big questions before I kind of wrap us back together to end at least the brings part?
No questions, but man, I definitely admire what you're doing. You know, I see you as a pioneer in the health and AI field, and I think that that's what we need. And like you were talking about, it's not about money. It's more about helping humanity. And I think we're at a certain point in time right now to where humanity needs a lot of help in many aspects. And this is one of many ways to do it. This is some revolutionary stuff. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where you take this, learning more about it. And I've been trying to learn some AI myself. So definitely looking again to having you back on and yeah, catching up more and more and see where we all take it.
Thank you.
Couldn't agree more. I think that you're really onto something here, Ziad. I'm sorry. The idea is really bringing you to the metaverse to make you as accessible as possible. We're actually finishing a demo of ours right now. It's a beta version. We should be done by the end of the month, next month. So maybe if you are still looking to implement testing phases, that could be a great place where we can start bringing in a lot of different professionals so that they can all partake in depositing further data for you to expand your AI repository from, and really create this as a kind of pivotal technology for moving things forward into the metaverse. It all starts for us with health, and to build a stable economy, to build a strong global trade and finance supply chain, it all has to be paying attention to employees' health, individuals' health, the ability to assess issues or any kind of trouble a lot sooner. I think that that's where you're really kind of bringing us forward into this new revolution as a world. And I thank you for everything you and your partner, Sam, have been working on. It's exciting to know that these technologies are literally at our fingertips. It's just that we need to participate in furthering their accuracy. And I love the fact that you would allow us to go ahead and learn more about it, share this with others. I promise you, I'll be doing whatever I can along with Erik and Sean to make sure as many people can hear about this. It is incredible. And if I could ask, I know I have the website here. It says Sannula Safe, but is that the real way to explain the name of your technology? Or how would you brand the application? Is it Sannula, if I understand correctly?
Our website is sannula.com, Sannula.
Yes.
It's already speaking about the first invention that we have, and the AI. To not make anyone confused, we will have a subdivision under Sannula. We will call it Sannula AI. We will create that, register it soon in USA.
Wonderful.
To keep the money for the AI in the AI division and run the R&D there, and to separate the money for the hardware and work the hardware and the R&D there. Yes. So to separate things, it's the same two companies, sister companies, you can call it, but we still didn't bring the website for Sannula AI yet, because we really need to put something like, I would love when I put that website on, I would love for you to go there and use DICOM and put CT and put X-ray, try it for free.
Yeah.
You know, if you like it, you can deal with us in business school for us, and you will find it's very cheap while you're trying to negotiate, you know.
Yes. No. I immediately see a lot of individuals right now. I'm actually trying to finalize some discussions with a doctor in UC Irvine. And he's actually very much involved in blockchain as well. And they were looking to use AI to increase telecommunications on the metaverse, which is why we're doing some work together, because I can see this as being a complementary tool to that. You have a consultation with an AI bot or just some kind of like telecommunications with them. You upload your files. Obviously, the files then get to go through this type of process, and you have literally recreated the entire diagnosis system from there. And it's just marvelous to know these technologies are here a lot sooner than we envisioned, thanks to minds like yours and your hard work. Regardless of where you're at in the globe, you really are loving the entire world, and I appreciate that more than I can say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. By the way, now you have our logo. I think if you need it, I can send it to you if you want to use it in anything you need. If you type my name, Ziad Abu Ayyash, you will find so many articles about what we are doing. Use whatever materials you can find to whatever benefit you can find it. Thank you for this opportunity. It's the least that I can do, to be honest. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope Sam that would be here, but he's very, he's very unlucky when it comes to traveling. Maybe the 10th time his flight gets delayed. He's like, it's a curse when it comes for booking a flight for him.
It's totally fine. Like, it's a perfect reason to have you both on again. And I think like the opportunity just to see it live, and as I've talked to Johnny and Sean, like we can cut up anything you guys need from the podcast if you want different parts of promotional side of things, like that live way of that X-ray CT. I think people to see that is going to be amazing. Like just being able, like that astounded me, and like just the ability to put it in, have it there, I think is a game changer, and it's going to help so many people. So like I said, I want to bring it back together and just thank you for being on the HealthFi podcast and being here with all three of us. We really appreciate your time, and we're just going to sign off now. And Johnny, can you hit the record button when we'll stay on?
I believe so. I consider it over, guys, but obviously it's not over. I'm gonna figure out how to stop this thing.
Yeah, no, oh yeah, continue, John.